left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour plays. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just send the prayer up to the Lord. I told him, and let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue, don't get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race to make merchandise, how to buy bills. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round. Approaches better move slow. Attack dog for the truth, nigga, cool zone. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get ground, back up, get ground, get ground, back up, get ground, get ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dividends. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sin, hey, with warriors dwell. Be wise with the weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know two things, a robber will not prosper. Any man harm me and my aunt gon' meet the doc. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die, so you can miss me with that love talk. My UPK soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret it. What that means, fall on his ass. Comparing me and you really ain't no contest. I only one way, say what? I only one way. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up, I'm about to drop some heavy for. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get ground, back up, get ground, get ground, back up, get ground, get ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down, boy.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Isupkbmore, you understand? This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana, you feel me? And that's a very, very heavy statement, you understand? We've been bringing this truth out since 1969. You know, bringing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans back to their true identity, letting our people know that we are the true Jews of the Bible, you understand? When we speak of Israel, when we speak of God's chosen people, we ain't talking about, if you're from Baltimore, you understand that they reside up in Park Heights, you understand? We ain't talking about them folks. You know, if you're across the world, the people who live in Israel, they are not the true Jews, you understand? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people, you feel me? We've been bringing this out since 1969. And that's heavy because the Most High requires of his priests and prophets and the leaders, the shepherds of his people, he requires that the shepherds warn the people. You understand? Like that's what a shepherd's job is to do, is to warn the people. You understand? And what you're seeing going on earth as of late, like if you didn't see it before, you see it now. The only people that's fit to lead black people the right way, according to the Most High in Christ, is the men in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. You understand? If you look at what's going on with Nick Cannon, with Deshaun Jackson, you know, those brothers, they were beginning to wake up to who they were. You understand? But the pressures of this world got to them, you understand? Which means they could not fulfill that. they could not fulfill that calling because it was not given for them to do the job, you understand? But you also want to see, we're going to bring out some video too, if you haven't seen it, Commander General Yohana has just, put 2 videos out, pretty much telling Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we got to start preparing, you understand? Start preparing for this winter. It's going to be a rough winter, the coronavirus is just one of the plagues, you understand? We got other things more potent, more stronger that's coming down the pipe, you understand? And if we learned anything from this coronavirus, we understand how prepared we got to be. So right now, while the world thinks that this COVID-19, this coronavirus is starting to trickle down or whatnot, this is the time we need to be going out, getting hand sanitizer, getting face masks, getting trash bags, getting bottled water, getting bleach sprays, you understand? You ain't got no tools in your house, you understand? Get tools. Start looking into securing your home, you understand? Whether it's getting reinforced locks, reinforced windows or whatnot, you feel me? This is the time for us to prepare. And this is what the Lord requires of his shepherds, you understand? The shepherd's job is to protect the sheep. You understand? If you look around the world at these Christian pastors, they don't protect the sheep. You understand? Where's Creflo Dollar? Where's Jamal Bryant? Where's T.D. Jakes? You understand? Where's Louis Farrakhan? They're not telling people to prepare. They're telling people we're going to march on Washington again. For what? Like, how many million-man marches do we need that's going to go and fall by the wayside? You understand? We done had 2 million-man marches already. And what's come of them is absolutely nothing. You understand? But in the ISUPK, this is where men will teach men and teach women how to be the fullness of who they're supposed to be according to the Lord. You understand? And the biggest thing is going to come down, you got to face yourself. You understand? Like, by facing yourself and dealing with yourself and your own demons, you understand? What you're going to do is you're going to be helping other brothers and other sisters, you understand? And this is what we're going to get into. Like, if you go to, we're going to get into some of these wicked pastors, and we're going to compare what these other pastors do as opposed to what God expects from his priests and his shepherds, you understand? If I could, let me get Jeremiah chapter 2 and 13.
Sure.
It's like, if you get it when you can read it too, if you get it.
All right, Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 13. For my people have committed 2 evils.
For my people have committed 2 evils. This is very important because right now the Lord is taking possession of something. The word my is very possessive, meaning that there's others out here that's not his. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Most High is dealing with the nation of Israel because we are his people. He's saying that my people have committed 2 evils. Keep going. Go ahead, Christian.
They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters.
They have forsaken me, the fountains of living water. You understand? Like, this is one of the evils that we have committed against the Most High. You understand? This is one of the things that our pastors, our so-called leaders today, right now, this is the things that they endorse for us to do, to forsake the Most High. How do you forsake the Most High? The one thing that we do as a nation to forsake the Most High is we fall into that doctrine, that lie that says all law, statutes, and commandments are done away with. If all the laws, statutes, and commandments are done away with, that means we have no moral compass. So if we're not following what the Most High told us to do, how can we show him that we love him? How can he actually be with us? This is a righteous father right here. You understand? If you're a father and you have children, and you give your children rules, and your children say, you know what? Daddy's rules don't matter right now, you feel me? I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to listen to the streets. A good father would say, if you want to listen to the streets and you don't want to abide by the things that I'm teaching you, go to the streets then. You understand? This is the same thing that we've done to the Most High. We told the Most High, we ain't got to keep your law, statutes, and commandments no more. We've forsaken him.
That's right. That's right.
Keep on up for sure.
Come. And hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns, that can hold no water.
And hewed them out cisterns. What is a cistern? Like this is where the universal practical knowledge comes in. Because a lot of times we read these scriptures and we don't grasp the full meaning of it. You understand? But we break down these words. We understand these words so we can get the proper context of what the Most High is trying to reveal to us. You understand?
That's right.
When they say in hewed, when you hew something out, that means that you shape it. You understand? That means that you create something or you shape something into something that you want. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So we've taken something and we've shaped and formed it. It said, hew them out cisterns. What is a cistern? Take a shot. A cistern is a vessel. It's a vessel that holds liquid. You feel me? Back in the day, it was used to hold water. So the Most High is saying that you shape for yourself a cistern or a vase. You understand? The Most High is saying this is what we've done. But they are broken cisterns, meaning that this vase or this vessel that we created for ourselves to hold water in, it's broken, which means it don't hold the water. It's not doing the job that it was intended to do. You understand? This is the broken cisterns that can hold no water. Now, of course, this is metaphor. This is a metaphor for something greater. What we've hewed out is religion. You understand? What we've shaped for ourselves is a white Jesus. What we shape for ourselves is we can keep any commandments we want to as long as it fits our agenda. You understand?
That's right.
This is what we've carved out, religion. And these religions are so broken because the foundation of them are all off. You understand? That's why I say it can hold no water. What is that water that it cannot hold? That water that it cannot hold is the truth. You understand? Like that's why, like when we speak, when we go on the streets, a lot of times it's hard for our people to hear us initially because we've been taught a certain way our entire lives. You understand? So when we come and we actually breaking down the Bible, what the Bible really means, we get a lot of reverb. You feel me? Which is understandable because we wasn't taught that way. But this is why the Most High sent his priests and prophets back into the earth to give his people a chance to come back to him. You understand? This is why this work is so important. This is why a pastor, a shepherd, a priest is so important, especially in these latter days, you know, because the priests or the leaders of a people should be warning the people, should be telling the people, okay, you know, I see what's coming across the horizon, you understand? So because I see danger coming, I'm going to put you over here, I'm going to put you over there, we're going to stock this up, we're going to make sure we got enough of this, we're going to make sure we got enough of that. That's what a good shepherd does. Yes, sir.
I got some of the video from Commanding General Yohana if you want.
Come on, yeah. We're gonna show some of this video too from Commanding General Yohana, pretty much warning and giving pretty much letting our people know what we gotta do to prepare for these upcoming end times. You understand? Because we gotta realize everybody understands that we are in the end times. Like this kingdom that we're in, that we're living in, Esau's kingdom, it's falling. And he takes that serious. Esau takes his kingdom serious. This is why he's acting out more. You know, if you ever want to see why racism is so blunt right now, because Esau knows that his kingdom is slipping from his grip. You understand? So when Esau knows that his kingdom is slipping, he becomes more violent. He becomes blatantly violent. You understand? So we gotta be prepared for whatever onslaught he has trying to prevent us from being who we're supposed to be. So we want to hear some of the words of Commander General Yohana, you feel me, pretty much advising us on some of the things we need to do to get prepared, especially for this winter and going forward as this kingdom comes to an end.
You ready for that now?
You got it or you want me
John, I got it. I'll put it up. Taking a minute to
calling it as the end of the world. Don't nobody trip out on this. But things in America are changing. That much I can tell you. Things are changing with the empire in that the empire is starting to shut down. I said this before. They trying to transition into another empire. They finished with the old empire. Now they're ready to start a new empire because they know they're going into the space age. They want to consolidate the planet. They don't want all these different factions, but there's nothing they can do. The biblical prophecies are the biblical prophecies. That's their plan. But the plan of the Lord is he's going to bring all these kingdoms to their knees. So, a couple of things. Water. You want a gallon a day for each person in your household. All right? If you can do it for 15 days, perfect. If you can do it for 30, even better. Don't get crazy with it. Don't turn into a hoarder. Don't bug out. But just do it, quickly as you can, without, too much madness going on. Non-perishable meals. Again, I'll publish the list. I'll go into them. But you want a lot of non-perishable meals. You want things that you can eat. Rice, beans, pasta, oats, stuff like that. You want also stuff like dry milk, things of that nature. Dry milk. You want those canisters that you make lemonade and juice out of from the powder. All of that stuff is non-perishable. Put them in the right containers. Take them, if you can, take them out of any cardboard containers. Put them in glass or preferably some type of plastic container where if it falls, it don't break. You can always go back, keep it semi-fresh. You can always get all that at the dollar store or Walmart. Get your non-perishable stuff. Cans. That's also not a quick perishable food. You want to stock up on your cans, canned fish, canned meat, canned vegetables, whatever you can do sensibly with cans. Make sure it's something that you eat. They always want you to know that. You want something that you could eat. Try to store up on it. Start looking at 3 months because it's going. If it slides, it goes the way they saying it's going to slide into all kind of madness, man. But you don't want to go into panic mode and madness mode. The Lord is with Israel, so you're going to be delivered up out of here. It's just going to be a battle, that's all. So you want that. You want a crank radio if you can get it. Again, I'll go through the full list. We'll talk a little bit more. Crank radios are those little...
Hey, listen, what you're hearing right now, what you're hearing is the shepherd pretty much warning the flock, you feel me? These are the things that we want to do, you understand, because we see the danger coming towards us. You understand? Like, as the leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, this is what our leaders should be doing. You understand? Like, this is what your T.D. Jakes, your Creflo Dollars, your Jamal Bryants, your Louis Farrakhan's, in the old school, your Martin Luther King, your Malcolm. This is what they should have been doing. You understand? Warning our people of the dangers that's coming, but not just warning, preparing us for what's coming next. You understand? And it's so heavy because this seems like it's a common sense type thing. It seems common sense, like you should have water in your home, you should have food to eat. But guess what? If you just look at this recent pandemic we were in, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we were asked out. You understand? Like the markets were price gouging. For a small container of hand sanitizer, you paying $20 and $30 for it. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what's going to happen. We can't get face masks, you can't get trash bags, you can't get bleach. Like, this is the things we should be doing, you understand? And this is what our leaders should be teaching us to do. If I could, let me get Isaiah. We're going to get Isaiah 56 and 10. You understand? We're going to show you what the Lord thinks of the leaders of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans right now. You understand? Your politicians, your Christian pastors, your Muslim imams, you understand? The so-called conscious community leaders. We're going to find out what the Most High thinks of them in regards to being leaders of a people, of his people in particular. You understand?
Something happened.
South Dakota.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I might have messed it up when I turned the.